All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 28.
And that it is confirmed.
Confirmed.
There is going to be a part 3.
Of course
the
there
show
is.
is not ending right here.
Doing
Great.
a movie?
It's wonderful.
No.
That would be too much. Too much hype and too much just stress all in one.
And they
set
said it's
period
the
of
final
time.
season, so they have to keep their word.
But-
what is this part 2, part 3 stuff? No, it's just Episode 28.
Exactly.
And it'll be Episode 29.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
easy.
the thing is, there is a possibility, manga readers have talked about this, of there being a part 4 to Season 4. Hopefully not, but it is possible.
The end of Attack on Titan, revenge of the
That's right. Yes. And a part 5. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but the point is, here we are. Magote and Chattis have died.
They blew the ship's load.
They blew the ship's load.
All in one scene.
That's right. They weren't bystanders. They were heroes that no one else would know about, but they knew about, and all the shippers went wild. But yeah, now we're
homie standards.
Exactly. Yeah. But now Flock has been shot. He fell into the Sea of Blood.
His image has been tarnished.
Who knows if he's actually dead or not? But the Jaegerists seem to have been defeated, like that here at least.
Here,
yeah.
I mean, as far as things go, it really won't matter until our squad goes and makes a difference here.
Yeah,
and that involves
rumbling is the real
this
issue.
Guy.
Yep. Yeah. You're all free. Yay!
From the burden of this cruel, cruel world.
I am here to save
Isn't it
you.
beautiful?
Oh, it's the Catholic Church from yourselves. Oh no,
fuck,
it's the Catholic Church. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. We still haven't actually seen the rumbling yet. Really?
Well, we saw it leave.
We saw it leave. So that'd be cool
we
if we got to
seen
see
it
a little bit, since we there was that whole bit in the OP of the guns, training up, and the people in the cities being like, oh shit.
That's going to be in this episode. That
Right.
has to be in this episode.
And the real question is now that we have it confirmed that it's going to be a part 3, what's going to be the OP and ED that comes after this?
It'll just save them time. Just
use the same thing, and it'll confuse people even more.
Don't.
No.
Well, no, it's just the reinforcement that this is the final season.
Right, because it wouldn't make sense to have any OP or ED other than the ones that we have right now.
The ones that we have right now are just fantastic. Well, that's the thing. They would avoid any spoiler issues.
That's right. Yep.
Because there wouldn't be any new stuff to throw in.
But what kind of new stuff would they throw in if there was new stuff to throw in? But speaking of ones that we have right with us here, we have some comments from you all.
Yes.
Being awesome.
We're going to be going through them here.
Indeed.
And these are given because of special code comments that Jacob curates.
And so if you want to see your comments featured potentially a very long time from now, in the next video, to you
1.5 years from now.
Right, in 2023 or whenever I think they were saying
2023, yeah.
Coming out. Then stay tuned to the end of the discussion for comment for this one.
So the first one here, can you stand by and watch? It's really cool seeing Hanji's reaction this episode to Azumabito saying, "This will be a gamble." It reinforces on some level how Hanji has always felt inadequate as the scout commander, and how Erwin would never hesitate and take gambles, but Hanji's hesitancy throughout post-time skip is possibly what led Eren down this path of the rumbling. Hanji never provided a solution and kept delaying the problem at hand, so her hearing those words could finally give her the motivation she needs to act like the commander of the scouts. I also love how Erwin still has such a profound effect on the story and characters even after his death, whether it be Hanji, Flock, Armin, and Eren to an extent. Yes, the characters who have gone and lived their lives and are no longer with us are still having some kind of influence on those in the here and now. It's almost like they helped start this story or continue this story.
Do you see them, Levi? Our comrades?
No.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't anymore.
No.
Someone does.
Yeah.
And sees those of the future as well. And
quite possibly.
He's not standing by and watching.
Nope.
So next comment here,
Big
can you
one.
stand by and watch? Keith Shottis acts as a subtle but magnificent foil to Flock, the more I think about it. Ooh. Both men were pretty much background extras upon introduction. Nothing they said or did, whether those things were moral or not, would matter in the long run because they were distant spectators to the stories of the main characters. As Flock said himself at Shiganshina, nothing he said or did would matter in the face of certain death. So if Erwin's speech hadn't drip-fed relevance to his otherwise irrelevant demise, he probably would have cracked then and there. Keith Shottis never had that version of Erwin, and crack he did back in episode 1.
Yeah.
Keith recognized his irrelevance after a lifetime of failure and accepted it with quiet dignity. Flock's understanding was pounded into him in a microcosm of stone and slaughter. Ooh, I like that. That was good. Flock and Shottis each became addicts, slaves to relevance, to finding a greater meaning, but only Shottis was able to get through rehab. Flock searched for a devil figure to find meaning and set loose bile into his soul. Oh, very
the poetry.
Pungent
Yes.
Verbiage here. The key difference between Shottis and Flock is that after Erwin's charge, Flock got to be an important character. But ultimately, people like Shottis or Flock were simply never meant to be main characters. Shottis understood this when Flock didn't, because Shottis never got to be whisked away by that spotlight. Notice how Flock screamed that he will be the one to save Eldia, no one else, and he unceremoniously plummeted into the very blood-soaked sea that he said Eldia would drown in. Shottis, meanwhile, dies anonymously and fittingly. The deep irony is, if Keith Shottis had ever achieved great things in his career, he would have ended up very much like Flock. I think that's a bold prediction.
Yeah,
I
same.
think,
We couldn't know what would have. We can't know what would have happened,
Right.
but there is the possibility.
There is always the possibility that if Keith had become some great scout commander or what have you, he might have had a moment like that. But in some ways, I think that Keith might have ended up maybe dying maybe a little bit more like Erwin. Throwing others along with him into some great death as if it had the potential to have meaning.
Sure, because that's the thing that he valued, then he might also
hope that it would mean that. But
right, exactly. Tell other people that because he thinks that would motivate them and stuff.
Yeah, but ultimately it would be something where he would probably die the same way, where in 5 to 10 years or what have you, people wouldn't really remember his specific charge that led to his death. They would remember the moments in which he influenced and encouraged them. And in that respect, that's kind of where Flock will have his legacy kind of go beyond his moments here where he kind of fell apart, in that he helped move things in a direction to where the island and Parody were, at the very least, a little bit more respected. But
certainly feared.
Yeah, but other than that, who's to say? Because Keith's not going to be remembered much, really.
Right. And was there any part of Flock, because he was having so much success with what he was doing, where the power basically went to his head, not just from the standpoint of might makes right and this is what I should be doing, but, I kind of like that it's me the one doing this, you know?
Yeah, but the idea of just Keith Shottis and Flock being foils to each other is a very cool way to look at it, because in some ways that's to show how powerful Flock was as a character in such a short amount of time. And Shottis being one where the episode that he got to give focus to him is probably one of the most powerful episodes of the entire series.
That you never expect to happen.
Well, sure, it does. I don't think that really kind of makes a play here. Obviously that's true,
sure.
but I'm just making the point that on retrospect, you go back and look at these moments for these characters, and Shottis' episode basically being entirely dedicated to him, and then Flock's is more like this very pointed, specific ascent, and then this dramatic shift from when we go through the time skip, and we realize, oh my god, those little bits of seeing who he was going to form into, we just now get it suddenly realized.
Yeah, some different sets of circumstances that are very extreme, and then some decisions, and hey, here you go.
Yeah, but also the way in which one is flung into the past to see this dramatic context for this character, and then one we get flung into the future a little bit to showcase the aspects in which he's now suddenly a realized character from who he was kind of teased at becoming.
Right, more of just the idea of like there is someone that survives Erwin's death charge. Yeah. And then this one, just because I had to throw it in there.
And the final comment here, can you stand by and watch? Magath, never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an Eldian. Shottis, what about side by side with a friend? Magath, I could do that.
Yeah,
that's just good cheese. It sums it up so
nicely.
That's just good quality cheese right there. I love my guys in there just having their moment of realization of, Yeah, we're gonna die. Yeah,
But let's
we're
be
gonna die.
badass while we do.
Let's just have this one final moment here for us to have our lives have some extra wind into the sails of our young trainees.
Yeah, give those kids a little bit of a boost.
A little bit of a push.
Yep.
But yeah, y'all, we're going into the final episode of this batch of the final season of Attack on Titan Season 4, the final season. So, yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
私はエレンの何を見ていたのだろう。
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
First time seeing people across the sea.
Yep.
本当に壁の外にも街があって人が住んでるんだな。
壁の外とか他人の前で言うなよ。
Yeah.
ああ、わかった。
Bad idea, Connie.
これが壁外タイル。そして私たちが壁外
Shut the fuck up, Sasha! It's good to see you again!
Yeah.
But like...
これこそが元より我々に
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's nice to
We're
see them
beyond
in
the
new
real
drip,
walls
though.
now, you know?
Sure.
調査開始だ。
Let's go, Scout! Oh, no OP! Dawn of Humanity.
This track, it's so fun.
Oh my god.
Just in case we forgot what kind of world was outside that Eren was going to go destroy.
Yeah. It's just people.
Yep.
Ah! Oh, Yagamon!
東人様のお屋敷までご案内いたします。
あの馬か。あれ？
Some sort of cow!
Don't eat it, Sasha.
馬だよ。聞いたろ来る前に。
今絶対田舎者だと
You kinda are, though.
民のふりしよせ。
Holy
Attack
shit.
on Titan with its comedy that just comes out of nowhere.
Don't try to feed it carrots!
そんなまさか。
They're buying carrots! Oh my god.
これが海の向こう側。なんだよ
Oh, he does not look happy about that.
Nope.
な。お前は特に。
Because these are all the people that he's seen he'll kill, you know?
Oh, smooth, smooth. We got ourselves a pickpocket.
これ
Oh,
ください。
ice cream.
Yep.
サシャ、お前また勝手に。
Umai!
冷てまいこれ。
俺にも一口。
アイスクリームは初めてかい。
なんだこれ。
名バイこ
俺にも一つください。俺も。
甘いキャンディー。
I'm not a child. I will kill you.
I've killed people for less.
かっこいいね。ちびっこギャング。
れ。からいい匂いが。
ニコロが言って。
The clown was never heard from again.
Yep.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
エレン。エレンも食べて。
アイスか。
知ってたの？
Yeah.
私の記憶で知ってるだけだ。
Oh.
中央区の LDAG もめったに食えない。
Hmm.
壁の外はこんなに広いのにな。
I love the music choices in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Still no OP.
Yeah.
Okay.
それはお前の財布じゃねえぞ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
それだ。このガキ。また敵国の移民か。
Oh.
来た。
言葉が通じてないな。
Oh, wow. It's, Timir.
二度と
Wow.
しっかり罰を与えて示しをつけねえと。
Oh, shit.
商売して生きてる俺たちの問題だ。
何よりユーミルの民かもしれね
おい、あんた何をしている？
え。誰がスリーだと言った？俺はお前の財布じゃねえと言っただけだ。
Damn.
このガキの姉貴の財布だってな。
いやー、複雑な家庭なものでね。ね、お姉ちゃん。弟がご迷惑をおかけしました。
ふざけんな。そんなデタラメ。
Oh, no. Oh, shit. Now they're all a group now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Eren run.
あのガキ
Did he not go with them?
あそこ。
He yoinked it back.
Yep. And gone.
たった小遣いだしな。
Okay, here he is. Okay, cool.
それが帝国の衰退とともに彼らが国を追われる立場となり果てた
Oh, he's not even like he's kind of in the furthest away from Masmobito. Yeah.
現実どれほどそれが実現可能であると
Yeah, there's very low chance of success. Like you have to
困難であることは
like
分かって
you're talking like a years long process.
Oh yeah. And one misstep.
だからといって最善を尽くさないことはできないのです
I don't think it's about a shot though. You like I can already see how this is doomed to fail because you need to think about building it slowly, not just being like, "Hey, we want peace," you know.
Right,
it's like,
right.
Why are you even here? You know, we need to
エレンはどこ
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
あなたは自分が敵の最重要目標だってことが分かっているのみんなであなたを探し回って市場の少年何があったの
まだ何も。
It's a bonfire of dreams.
Yeah.
すべての自由を奪われるんだ。
Again with the music.
ミカさん、お前はどうして俺のことを気にかけてくれるんだ。子供の頃、俺に助けられたからか、それとも俺は家族だからか。
Whoa, whoa,
That dead look in his eyes.
俺は
whoa.
お前のなんだ。
あなたは家族
What the fuck are you doing here?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What?
何やってんだてめえバカじゃねえのか。ちょうどよかった。
Great timing on everything.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to see that conversation continue. What was going on there? Woo!
Yep.
Oh, the musical rendition.
Yeah. Okay.
He has those three bungling idiots singing together. What the hell is he trying to do to Armin? Oh.
Yeah,
Which make a turn back time.
Yep.
To the good old days.
Isn't there maybe a chance? Those three again.
Ah.
Yeah, well,
Ah.
yeah, okay. And whether this is just a negotiation tactic
Yep.
or their true beliefs, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Eren's already out.
Uh-huh.
あの人
Damn.
エレンは私たちの元を去っ
So at
Just like
that point,
that.
he disappears.
た
Right.
彼から届いた
Whoa.
ジークに全てを委ねると記され、全ては最初から決まっていたのかもしれない
Oh, who's to say?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
もし私が別の答えを選んでい
Now you got cucked
There.
by people coming in from both angles there.
Right. In classic anime fashion.
Oh, here we go.
あそこか。
At the very beginning of the show? Or even earlier.
どこでもいい。
Oh,
this is-
shit.
God, I love this so much. This is so beautiful.
Oh my god.
Wow.
俺が望んだこと。すべては
Everything comes after this. After this. Oh god.
俺はジークの計画に従うふりをする。
Damn. Okay.
従うふりをして何をするんだ。憲兵団はお前を巨人にして島に来たジークの
Whoa.
進めている。
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
憲
Yep.
兵と争うか ここから逃げるしか手はない。
So is it Eren's baby?
お前が良くても俺は違う。
Yeah, yeah.
世界を滅ぼす。すべての敵を。
Jeez.
この世から一匹残らず駆逐する。
God. That line is like word for word from the very like season 1.
突然なんで殺されるのかわからない人がほとんどなんだよ。
憎しみによる報復の連鎖を完全に終結させる唯一の方法は憎しみの歴史を文明ごとこの世から葬り去ることだ。お前に
What are you left with
島の
then?
生贄になるためだけに生まれる子を産ませ親子同士を食わせ続けるような真似は
Yeah, fuck that for
Right.
sure.
私はエレン、あなたを何としてでも止めないと。二度と
Oh.
胸を張って生きていくことができない。
耐え難いなら始祖の力で
Jeez.
記憶を操作する。それまでお前が黙ってい
Yeah,
れば
that's the scary thing is that
Yeah.
お前はあの時俺を救ってくれた。世界一悪い子なんだから。
Shit.
頭痛？アッカーマン一族に
Oh.
疾患があるなんて。
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
記録じゃ生存本能が刺激された時、アッカーマンは力
Oh shit. Okay, okay.
私が子供を作るのはどう？
Here we go. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ah!
俺が死んだ後もずっとあいつらの人生は続く。
Oh god.
Don't
続いてほしい。
don't transform. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
幸せに生きていけるように。
And there it is. Your chosen one
And back to the bird.
has become
Oh
the
my
enemy
god.
of the world.
Oh my god. Yes.
地上に存在しうる最も
It isn't gonna mean shit. You're gonna take out like 50 colossals max. That's gonna be it. Like if that. Oh my god, this is so terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. And hey, the rest of humanity fully united against them, you know?
Oh shit.
All right, let's see it. Let's
Oh
see it.
shit.
Let's go.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice. Nice. Holy
Good
shit.
lord. Yep, of course. Swimming, yeah, they're light enough to do that. Okay, never mind. They actually
need
took
to
out
breathe.
probably quite a few there.
But at the same time, Titans regenerate, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but I mean, regenerate that, you know, like. Yeah. Oh god, the music. You don't have enough shells. Holy shit. This is.
Oh, yes! In this track.
Oh, fuck!
Oh! Oh! Yeah. Nothing.
Run. It's over. Just run. Yeah.
Make peace with whatever gods you have.
Because the god titan
This is so
Eren
beautiful.
fucking Jaeger is here.
Holy shit.
Of course.
That is...
It's the
Oh my
anthem
god.
of the end.
The perfect choice! Because of course. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Come on, one by one. Yep. This is what would have happened, honestly, like if one country during the Cold War just decided, you know what? No one else gets nukes but us. And just Like,
Yeah. All right, let's see it.
Fucking hell. Roll credits! Roll fucking credits! Oh, wow. Wow! Oh, God! Oh, that scale!
Yeah.
この世から
Oh my god. Oh,
Wow.
and with that shot.
残らず
What a fucking way to
Imagine
end.
if they said right there,
Part
now
two.
go read the fucking manga.
Yeah.
Good shit!
Yep.
Good shit! Oh my god! I have my
Holy
goosebumps
shit.
have goosebumps.
I know, right?
I can't believe it. This is so terrifying. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, cool. I mean,
Holy shit.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. We got
I
like
you know,
we got I mean, just such a cool twist. Let's go back and go a little bit of perspective on Mikasa and Eren specifically.
Right.
And showcase the ways in which they're both thinking about, was there any other way? And in some ways, that's more Mikasa's view on things here. And Eren's was more along the lines of,
because
these are all the people that maybe confirmed to him that this was the only way. So
Right.
maybe
yeah.
a weird way of looking at this is that the reason why there's a very much like a third person kind of
Like dual
additional-
perspectives on this.
or if you
Or-
will, a second person kind of perspective on the Eren stuff and more first person with Mikasa, even though we do get a bit of Eren's thoughts, is the idea that Eren showed himself these things
Exactly.
here.
Yes.
Of, this is what needs to be done.
Yep.
And this is
And this is
why
what-
peace will never work.
Yep.
This is why all this stuff will never work, is because even if it does work, even if peace does work, you can't do anything about it. Meaning that,
Right.
like, ultimately, the kind of peace that you would need is the kind that would take decades, centuries. Like, it would not be undone in any one person's lifetime. And this is where I think Eren is being selfish. And this is where I think
Ooh,
Eren is
nice.
being
I like it.
immature. I think Eren is thinking about this, is that this is the only thing he can do.
Right, because he can't necessarily guarantee that someone like some future person that ends up having the founding titan will be able to maintain the delicate balance that would be needed in order to eventually get peace.
So he feels
And-
the burden of needing to do something
right.
now.
But he also is someone who is, because he's so idealistic in a way, he is unwilling to sacrifice any of his people, like in an intentional thing, right?
Right.
People might die in battle and things like that, but that's different than saying, all right, Historia, you and your children are ours for the sake of humanity.
Right. So he does in some ways the most basic human thing, which is I will just then divide things into mine versus not mine.
Yep.
And if you're not mine,
Sorry,
then
tough luck.
sucks to
Right.
suck.
It's been
You
tough luck
get
for us
fucked.
this entire time
Yeah.
that we weren't in your group, so now the turns have tabled, right?
And the thing is that he has a perfect example of how this happened already in history. Not really to the extent at which he's going to attempt,
Oh,
which
definitely
is
not.
destroy everything. So his thought is basically that, oh, well, I will at the very least give them the opportunity to make something of this. Wow. Real, like...
It's passing the buck, basically.
real. I would say,
Like there's-
it's that thing where what I would say here is that there's no hope for humanity really in his ideological like worldview that would bring him to this conclusion that he needs to wipe out everybody else. Because if he sees it that way, which to be fair, it doesn't look great.
No, it
looks
doesn't.
really
Yeah,
shitty.
Right, exactly.
The
even
thing
if there is that theoretical alternative, it's very difficult to see that, and given that there is the impending threat of they will try and kill us.
And not only that, he's been having his future self reinforcing the things that he is now seeing. So it's almost the idea of when you go to a vista that you've seen the painting of before.
Oh,
and
sure.
then you see the actual thing that inspired the art, and he cries when he sees the refugee camp. He's like, oh my God, I'm seeing it now in person. This is real. I'm
Yeah.
experiencing
Yep.
this now.
I'm going to kill all of these people.
Well, not only that, but this is what I have to deal with. This is what I've been telling myself. This is what I've been receiving.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and it's just reinforcing the idea that he needs to continue on this path and keep moving forward and keep moving forward.
Well,
and tatakai, and now we're here, we're going.
Yeah,
we were fucked from the beginning, if you will, because
Right. When did this start?
this world
Who's
is
to say?
beautiful,
It doesn't
yes,
matter,
but it is
you know?
also very cruel. And
Yeah.
that is not going to change. That is not going to be
Right.
altered in some dramatic way. And that's the reason why Eren is not necessarily making the best choice here, is because that's also not going to change just because he kills everybody.
Nope. It'll just maybe buy you a bit of time where things are different, right? And then eventually some new pattern will emerge.
Right,
It's
which
very
is
similar
which
to
is
what
why
we've
I
seen
would call
before.
it primarily a very simplistic, selfish view, which is that for the lifetimes of Mikasa, Armin, and company,
They will have peace.
They will have peace.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Right.
And and their children might have peace.
Right,
But maybe not their grandchildren, and maybe not their great grandchildren.
Well, but even if it was the great
It doesn't matter,
grandchildren,
really.
right? Like at this point, it's how do you even have the arrogance to try and decide anything in this situation?
Well,
right?
the reason why he could still pull this off.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely. It's a
but-
rhetorical question.
Right.
But the idea that he could pull this off through some memory shenanigans is possible. The idea that he does this all, he dies, he ends Titans somehow. Like, he ends Titans in general. He effectively resets the world. And
Right.
then there's this group of people who have this fake history in their heads that they believe is it. And we kind of go back to the beginning of the story, if you will.
Well, but who knows? Maybe he'll also wipe away the memories of all of the stuff that happened, and it's just you reset human civilization back to there's these people that are here. They don't know what happened, on the outside or why there's no one else and why
Well, they wouldn't
everything's
even
flat
know,
out
they
there.
wouldn't know about the outside. The outside.
Sure, yeah,
No, they
yeah.
wouldn't even know that it exists. They would come up to an island, the
and it's
the
just
water on the
let's
sides.
explore this place,
Yeah, they wouldn't even have walls.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It's just no one's been here before. All right, cool. Let's
yeah, it's really scary because what I'm expecting, like, again, I've been saying this since like the beginning, since they even hinted about some kind of time paths shenanigans and what have you, is that we're going to end in a very Evangelion, beyond dimensions of space-time conversation of sorts, where Eren is enacting the powers of the founding Titan again to then, change things.
After he flattens the world, then
After he
he's like,
flattens
okay,
the
cool.
world,
Now,
or when he's like about to, and he's either like about to die, and he desperately does something to try and like stop them, because that's the thing, is they're all Eldians, and they're even setting up this thing with Mikasa a little bit about some like like some things about her that are different. Now, obviously, she's an Ackerman, and Levi's an Ackerman, so
that whole thing.
they're built different, if you will, from that aspect. But the idea that they're all Eldians, Eren really has nothing to fear from any of them, really.
Nope, not really.
Not really.
And yet he isn't the type to necessarily wipe memories, as we've seen, because theoretically he could have done that already. But two, he didn't wipe Historia's memory. Granted, he didn't need to, because he ended up being able to just Johan her basically with his words of, oh no, but remember, you're the worst person in the world, right? That's the person who saved me that day. Oh shit. Right? That's
the Historia stuff is crazy, because now that we're getting this perspective here, where it's still not really important whether or not that's Eren's kid or not, really.
Whether it's Eren's kid or it was a kid that she decided to have because she realized I need to do this.
Yeah.
Because Eren told her that would be important.
Well, I mean, in some ways, like, she didn't really get that info from Eren. Eren more just kind of implied in some ways, like, here's what your future will look like if
your future doesn't look great right now. Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, well, what if I do this? And then, we cut away.
Right.
So in some aspect here, Eren goes along to a few different parties here, a few different groups or what have you. And he has kind of his little moments kind of instrumentally kind of putting himself in certain places. And I really almost think that he was literally putting himself in different positions to get that view, to reinforce the stuff that he would pass along to the, past self and all that. Because he very much was even set up in the background of scenes like he was almost being a camera, where he's like, I'm seeing everything,
Almost, like very very similar to how him and Zeke just sort of, moved through like memories and stuff.
It's
Even
really
though he's
terrifying.
physically there.
Oh yeah.
He's not just
But the scene with Mikasa though.
Mm-hmm.
The scene with Mikasa though.
Yep.
Like, bro.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, right? And it's just like, oh, wait, what? And the thing is that in a lot of ways, you talk about Eren being selfish and short-sighted and impatient, and that's kind of showcased there too.
It feels desperate because he feels like he's aware of how little he's seen,
right?
But also what specific parts he has been shown.
Mm-hmm. But if this is like some desperate cry of like, I need help, and is there some other alternative, right? Could it be something where I could like say close my eyes to everything that's happening, right? I don't know, right? He puts her on the spot. She gets like 5 seconds, right?
But he doesn't follow up with it.
Right. She says something that I guess confirms what he was already thinking, right? But he doesn't really follow up on it, right? He doesn't give her a great chance, really. In kind of a similar situation to the deal with the
world in general.
Well, the world in general, yeah. But in this particular episode, the whole thing with the group that's trying to help the other Eldians.
The Eldian protection group or what have you.
Right.
Okay, so their whole thing, which I kind of like that they didn't go too in depth into it to showcase any holes in what they're doing here, but it seemed like what they were wanting to do was basically say, hey, Marlians, yeah, y'all hate the parody Eldian devils. Yeah.
Right.
But what about those that were like conquered and forced with inbreeding and all this stuff? Like we can
do humanitarian efforts for them, right? Like,
right. And it's the way of propagating making it into like, instead of just a simple us versus them argument, they're trying to bring it into a third party thing, but it's still a really xenophobic kind of way of like, but these are like the good ones, you know? And it seems like the basis of almost what the warrior logic is as well.
Because that's the language that they have to use in order to avoid getting put into concentration camps or executed for sedition or something.
I know, but that's the thing that's really fucked about it, is that you don't really know whether that's the full reason behind it. That's why I'm glad they didn't go in depth into it.
And my personal headcanon that I like to use because Eren likes to think that he has a full perspective on things, but it's like
he has one of the biggest perspectives.
He has the biggest perspective of anyone alive, for sure.
For sure.
But that doesn't mean it's a complete perspective. And I really like the idea that it was something where this is a humanitarian effort, because there would be some people that are like, this seems kind of fucked up, right? But the only way that's socially acceptable to actually do this without potentially getting shot, right, is if we say we're still going to be vilifying them over there, but these people didn't choose to be Eldians. Well, hey, the people on the island didn't choose to be Eldians either. So, there's that.
Marley's the progressive nation.
Right.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Can you imagine basically the kind of world line where Eren gets a lot more from the future? See, that's the thing here. Where I'm very certain like Eren's going to die and the Titans
suddenly he gets
over.
a patch update and it's like, oh shit. Oh.
Well, basically that there be like future founding Titans or what have you, or any ones where he could basically get some downloads from potentially. And these could be something where it's like, because for one, obviously the founding Titan and the attack Titan are not the same Titan here. He's in he's in the unique perspective right now where he's got tons of Titans all within him right now, and wherever the fuck, Zeke is right now.
Right, but the Warhammer, somewhere in there.
Yeah. But having this be something where there was a future where there was a standoff, basically. No one messed with the island. The island just continued to be as it was. A partial rumbling was done, some kind of thing or what have you. It led to a very tense
Zeke didn't end up having them say what a big deal it was and gather the leaders of the world to then unite them against parody.
Right. It could have led to something where it'd be a very Cold War situation where you have a tense arms race and the idea that Titans would eventually be surpassed by technology.
But then hopefully by that time parody can stand on its own two legs.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously I would say in that situation the odds are still really bad for parody.
But at the same time, if you got Marley's only been around for 100 years, so if you got another 100 years of parody being a separate nation and them not going to war with each other in too big of an extent, right?
Right.
Then theoretically you could get to a point where it's we don't need to exterminate you. We
Yeah.
still don't like you.
It would
you know,
probably ultimately lead to the Eldian Empire, though. That's still the thing
really?
that I actually think that would happen. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Because regardless of technology and stuff in general, the Titans are just so big and, like, how would I say this? So big and, it's a really fucked word to describe this, marketable as a threat. Big monsters will come and eat you.
Sure.
It's the kind of thing that would motivate Marley and all them to go into an arms race of sorts.
Right.
But it's also the thing that would be very easy to understand as to how 10 times from Tuesday would we be fucked if we went into war? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So I really feel like there's a case to be made here that Eren might be going the only way that makes sense, but it's the thing of where is actually the best way, and Eren's seen this, is that he needs to be stopped at a certain point, like, and that's where
do enough to scare them. They assembled, like they said, every cannon that probably exists in the world, so he destroys all of those, and then
and then the
it's
thing in his best future is that Marley needs to be the one that is made an example of and is destroyed.
Well, or even if it's something where it's like, okay, I destroy some people, but the main thing is that I do the thing that we originally set out to do of destroying the military stuff, but then I also go a bit further to do that extra bit of scare. I end up getting stopped, and then, okay, there you go.
Yeah, because like the freaky thing here is I 100% believe, Eren, that he is actually intending to destroy the world. This is not some 5-head gigastrat where he says, oh, I'm going to destroy the world and that will make everyone come and stop me. No, he is actually going to destroy the world.
Right.
And that's what he's going to do. Like there's
right,
basically
because
there's basically no way he can be stopped outside of Avengers Assemble, just every other one of the Titans comes in and does a parachute drop on his head.
Yeah,
how Armin
this?
blows up, cracks the rib cage or
gives
whatever.
Eren some really bad back pain,
Yeah, see that's the freaky thing is we've never seen what a founding Titan unleashed would actually be capable of.
Yep.
This isn't just the founding Titan.
We got bits and pictures in Ymir's backstory. And that was about it.
That was about it.
One of the other things that I want to make sure is that I bring up from this episode, because this episode, I am no like cinematography major or anything like that, or musician or any of that. But goddamn, the presentation of this episode was so good, so atmospheric. That opening shot where it's just going through the steam, right, and we just hear Eren's voice. Or was it Eren's voice, or I can't even remember.
Well, it starts with Mikasa, but there's
it
another
starts
part
with
where they
Mikasa,
go
but
to
Eren's Eren's voice, and it's the when did this start? Was it back then? Further, and he's not even going in a single direction through the timeline, like he's skipping all over the place, and it's just like, it's must be a whole bag of cats inside your head, right? And then, but it's just. Yeah, this is what's happening. Like,
God,
it's the fact that the rumbling was so quiet, right? Like, and then the song choices of bringing back.
Well, the Titans were fucking swimming, man.
The Titans were swimming.
They swim now.
but bringing it all the way back to that first episode of season 1, and it's just like, oh boy, oh yeah. Even with the shot of the colossal Titan shadow going up over the town and. Like
God, yeah, like, the shadow going up over Marley in the same way that the colossal Titan came up over Shiganshina way back when. The callbacks of the lines in season 1.
The Attack on Titan song coming on at that moment.
This was the end basically that I like. If they were ever going to do a fuck you, go read the manga kind of ending. This would be it.
Yeah, this would be the most effective place to do it, because you would have to, right? Like this. Right. This was such a
and I would totally buy it, honestly. Just sorry to interrupt you, but I would honestly buy it as we're about to have the main protagonist commit genocide, so we can't show that on TV,
and we're not going to censor the shit out of it or something. Just sorry, but we have to do this
for broadcasting reasons. Right. Go read the manga.
This won't air on television. This is going to be a direct to streaming because
Yeah, Japan would never have that. See, that's the thing is that Attack on Titan is so big. I can't see them doing anything but having a part 3.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
What a part 3 it will be. Like if we were already like over the moon excited for, you know, the final seasonist or finaler season, all that stuff.
It's all
right?
season 4, man.
It's all season
It's all
4,
season
right?
4. Yeah.
But like, oh man.
Do you think we'll have like how many episodes? How many episodes do you think we'll have?
You know, I don't know because I don't actually remember what chapter this was number wise.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it'll.
Like a cour?
No, I don't think it'll be a cour.
Shorter.
I feel like it'll be between like 8 and 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending on how they want to do it, because
Shit.
it's you know, you definitely don't want to go too quickly, right?
Well, we
But-
gotta have a bingo then for this stream.
Something, yeah.
Tomorrow. 'Cause
Right.
Y'all, please tune into tomorrow's stream where we'll break down this episode in its entirety and
Yep.
go through it piece by piece. Have a little bit of predictions for part 3. I am.
Yeah. But the other thing that I want to just point out
Oh.
that I think really sold this episode and made it come together so nicely is the party that they had with the refugees. Even though they didn't share a language,
Yeah.
even though they might have been scared shitless if they actually found out where they were from,
Yeah.
right? They were able to laugh it up, have drinks, have a grand old time, and even Eren was able to smile a bit. Now this is happening, so, you know, that's a bummer, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Flock was right though. Eren did come to him and tell him everything.
he did. Yeah.
I'm kind of like
You were his
impressed.
confidant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in some ways that's so depressing that all this and he told Historia and Flock
Yep.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Our man was effectively alone.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was alone with himself, with
Right.
his future self.
Oh, yeah. And well said,
you know
too.
the Grisha meme, you know?
Mhm, yeah.
Forget that. We just have Eren
With
in this
Eren.
episode with Eren.
Yep. And then Mikasa being like, what did I see in him? He was always like this, wasn't he?
Right.
Like, oh my God. Right? And
Right.
at any point, right, they could have noticed because the signs were definitely there.
Mhm.
But because they love him, right, they see something different in those eyes, right?
Yeah. Remember that screaming little rage monster?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, this is him now.
that's right. He's all grown up,
And
500 feet tall, and
you're
you know,
all
oh,
free
way more
now.
than that. Way more than that.
Oh, way more than that.
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
more than that.
The colossals are 60 or 50 meters or 60 meters. 'cause
Yeah, they're
it's in the
60
ground.
meters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, yeah, no, he's way more than that.
Yeah, I think
God,
he
the
was
scale.
I think he was triple. I think he was triple them, like around the. Actually, well, we can just.
Oh,
look
no,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, let's bring up the image. No, because it was a lot more than triple. Like, they're
Well, like,
little
I was
guys.
saying it where his head was at.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. His head does hang down a bit.
Yeah, God, no. Yeah, his triple point is probably the head, and there's probably 2 more Titans worth on top of that.
Uh-huh.
So
So 300 meters. So, you know, 1,000 feet. You know, no big
Yeah.
deal. I would have loved to see all the nothing that artillery would have done to his Titan form.
I honestly think it actually would have been really interesting to see just the slightest bit, because I can't tell. Does he have arms? It looks very close, like he does
Yeah.
have arms.
Yeah. He's
He
got
has-
it's
he's
this
got
tiny
these
little
things
body
hanging
connected to
down.
the big old Mhm.
big old dumpy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a Shingeki no Kyojin. It's the show.
Roll credits.
Hey,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
hey, you guys are fucked. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, all right, okay, here we go. Thank you all so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to have your comment featured in the first episode's reaction of part 3, just leave. Yeah, it has to be that Shingeki no Kyojin. Just Shingeki
there you go.
no Kyojin. That's it.
Couldn't have been anything else.
Couldn't have been anything else.
Yep.
But yeah,
If there were ever a time to have that one, it would be right here.
right here.
Yep.
And yeah, please tune in to our analysis and breakdown stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time on our Twitch channel.
That's gonna
Links
be
are in the
fun.
doobly-doo, and check that out. And then yeah, if you want to see a full-length timer version of this reaction, go check out also in the doobly-doo or for our Patreon. Any level of support that gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. There's stuff for the manga people,
Yes.
where you guys can commiserate. that you'll have to wait another.
I mean,
we'll all have to wait, but it's just
before long, those two channels will become one channel.
Yeah, that's a crazier bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all take care, and we'll see you in the next video. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.